Hello and welcome to Paper Plays Julie K.
Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for stopping by to check out my latest video. And today I'm here continuing to work on Junk Journal January 2025, hosted by Meg Journals. And we are today on prompt number 30, which is fabric. And so I did pull out a piece of fabric that I've had in my stash forever that I have never used up until today. And it was a piece of fabric that I bought from an Etsy store, and I just thought it was so pretty with the birds, and it, of course, was a bigger, I bought a yard of it. And I believe it's Kathy Holden fabric. She also designed some rubber stamps for spellbinders. But I just fell in love with it, and this is just one little, like I said, one little piece of it. And so what I was thinking I was going to do today, because I was counting ahead, so, tomorrow is the last day for letter, and I kind of wanted to end on the last page. So I knew I had to do a 2-page layout for today. And I'm thinking what I want to do, and I won't do this till after I have my journal bound in the stitched in, but I do want to glue this down like on the both pages and then use it as a tuck spot here and a tuck spot here for the fabric. So, but I figured we could at least decorate the 2 pages together, and I think that'll work though at the very end if I like glue this down just kind of right there into the journal once I have all my pages bound in. I think that would be kind of a cute little, and then I glue it here, 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 and here, and that'll be a cute little tuck spot. So, but I just figured maybe for the background I would just put some music paper down. And I found, I was going through the music paper that I had, and I thought this one was maybe appropriate to go with the material that had the birds on it, because it was called Warblings at Eve. And so I thought that would, be kind of appropriate. So I'm going to go ahead and cut down the paper to fit. And I want to try to leave the title at the top here. Just so I can possibly see it. But I think I'm going to tear just a little bit across the top. And I guess this is a little bit older music paper, so it's a little bit fragile. Rips pretty easy. Well, it didn't quite rip as nice as I wanted it to, unfortunately. But I think we'll just let it be that way, I guess. So let's fold this where we want this at the bottom. Yeah, it just folds better if I fold it first, I guess. So yeah, hopefully everyone's doing well. I know I've had a good day so far. I just started working, I just came up to my craft room and I started working on doing the journal cards that I wanted to put in there, and then my husband called me. He was out running errands and he needed help carrying stuff into the house, so I went and quick did that before I started recording. And then I guess he ran into our neighbor on the road, and this is one of our neighbors that doesn't live out here full time. They usually just, him and his mom own the place, and he comes out during hunting season and in the summer to fish. He's usually not here too much in the winter, so it's kind of unusual to see him out here. But he actually came, I guess, because his heating bill was excessively high this past month for their lake place, and so he came to figure out, why that was. And I guess he left the door open. It's kind of crazy. And luckily, there's like a screen porch on the other side, so he didn't have any critters in his house, which is kind of a good thing, I guess. But that's kind of crazy that you kind of forget when he took off the last time that he didn't have didn't lock the door or anything. So my husband told him that we're more than willing to go check on his place, if something like that happens again in the future, that, we could have ran down and checked on it for him. But, so I guess he's going to go out ice fishing tonight, and tomorrow my husband and I are going to go out So we'll probably see him out there because he said he's, you know, since he drove all the way up to see what was wrong, he was going to stay and fish. So we'll probably see him out on the ice tomorrow. Just my husband, since, you know, he got back from doing all the little errands, he just said he didn't feel like going out tonight. He was tired. So yeah, we've, you know, told him that we'd stop, you know, if he ever needed us again, that we'd go and check on the place. But we have a couple other neighbors that we've checked on things too when they've had goofy things go wrong that we'll go check. Like, I think last year one of our neighbors, their alarm was going off and they got a warning for that. So we had to go check on his house to see if there was anything significantly wrong, and he just had, like, I think it was a low heat warning on his, so there was just something. But I think that was just due more because we were getting, like, work done in the area on, like, power lines and like internet lines, and so I think it just went off, that it somehow didn't reset itself after the power went out. So his was easily figured out. Everything was working just fine when we went and checked out his house, but other than we had to try and figure out how to turn the alarm off or reset it. So I think that'll work on that page. And so let's do this other sheet over here. Yeah, some of these edges just don't want to rip very well. And I don't know what happened. I have a metal ruler that I like to use when I do, like, paper ripping, and, you know, between that and my favorite scissors, it always gets misplaced in my craft room. You know, I think I pick it up with me to go measure things, and then, you know, it gets left somewhere else in my craft room. I think I'm just going to glue this underneath where all these are. I'm going to leave those up there. I kind of like that. And it looks like I'll have a few more scraps of music paper to play with on other things down the road. I have a little pile of these types of music note scraps because every once in a while you just need just a little piece of music paper on a project, and so then you just use those up for those types of projects. And I think I'll have to find today's. Usually I prep the stamp for the number, and today's day 30, and it looks like I haven't done that yet. I think I just, you know, spaced it out when I came back in after helping my husband haul in a few things. He ran to, we have an apartment a couple hours away, so he ran to go check on that, and he had to do some license and registration stuff for one of our vehicles, and then while he was doing it, you know, we live in a small town and there's not really, I mean, in our town there isn't even a grocery store. We have to drive to the next neighboring town, but he did a couple other errands on his way home. He stopped at the hardware store, and he stopped at a Sam's Club for a couple things that we buy in bulk, and then I'm trying to think of where else he went. Oh, he stopped at a grocery store, Aldi's. I don't know if you guys have Aldi's where you're at or not, but it's a grocery store that has a little bit cheaper groceries, and I like their produce there. So he stopped to pick up some lettuce and some fruit for us. So that was good. You know, I like that he's willing to do the errands every now and again, and I got a couple things done in our house this morning, so that was good. I got some laundry done and put a couple other things away, so I think that'll work for my base. And, you know, again, I'm just going to glue this down once I've sewn my signature at the very end, which we're almost to the last day. So I'm not gonna, you know, I could glue it down on one page, I guess. But, I'll just wait. I mean, you guys understand, I guess, that I'll glue that down so that it goes on both of those pages. And then what I was thinking then, so I dug out a couple of like Project Life cards that I have, and I stuck other like ephemera. I glued on other journaling cards on top of them. And so there are like subtle lines on them. I just have so many of these Project Life cards. Like this one says My Thoughts up there. And this one doesn't say anything, but there's just some subtle lines, which they're not showing up on the camera very well. And those will get tucked into these spots for journaling cards once it's glued down. And I'm just trying to think, so I do need to put today's number. So today is day 30, right? Yep. And let's see, where do I want to stamp this? Maybe I'll stamp it up here. Yeah, that'll work. And I think I might just add just a little embellishments on these. I'm not sure. You know, I have a little bit more like scrap material or lace that I could add. Or I don't know if I want to use, I have all sorts of little labels, you know, random labels. If I want to do just something like that one, I like for that one. Let's see what else I have in here. Some of them are like Tim Holtz labels. Some of them come from like ephemera kits that I've purchased, like the, you know, Tim Holtz ephemera packs. Just see if any other ones of these. All right, so I think I like this one right here for one of them. And the other one, I think I like the other longer label too, so I'm going to use those. And I'm just going to round the edges on these. And then I think I'm going to add a little bit of eyelash trim behind them before I glue them down. And then I think I'm going to call it good for today. It was kind of a quick one, but I just knew I wanted to use that little bird material, and I was trying to think of, you know, the only other thought I had for using like material or fabric was to like do like a flip with it. But you know, when I took this one out, and there's two birds across, and I was trying to figure out how I could do it and make it work for the 2-page layout, since we're kind of wrapping up this month. And then I thought, oh, it would work good as a pocket, so that's what I decided to do. So hopefully I'll be able to finish this. It looks like my battery light is low on my camera, so if for some reason it pops off, I guess, and you don't see the rest of the video, that's what happened. And I guess I'll try and just post a photo of the finished stuff. But you know, this is just a little bit of decorating, so it's kind of no big deal, I guess. But I think I'll be able to finish it before the battery decides it wants to be done. So this one I'm going to pop down here. And then this one will pop up here. So I think those are kind of cute. And these ones I did sew on little fabric or lace tabs on the sides. So I think that'll work for today's episode. And again, I just wanted to thank you guys all for watching today, which again, the prompt was fabric. And I made a little pocket out of the fabric. And tomorrow I will be back for the final day of working with prompts, which is letter. And then what I plan on doing after that, I think, is... So yeah, I do apologize. I did get cut off. And when I was reaching to grab a new battery for my camera, I saw that I still had 2 more of these little flower trims. So I did add one right there on this journal card, and then also on this one just to kind of finish it off. I think that looks really cute. And again, I will glue this down once I've sewn my whole signature in, which won't be for too much longer because tomorrow is our last day and tomorrow's prompt is letter. And then when I've completed tomorrow's episode, I will most likely take another day or so to sew on my pamphlet and finish my cover, maybe a couple days, just depending upon how much time I have in my craft room. And then I'll come back on and do kind of a final reveal and go through the whole journal page by page once it's completed. So be on the lookout for that. So again, I wanted to thank everybody so much for watching today, and hopefully I will see you back again tomorrow for day number 31. So until then, have a wonderful day and happy crafting.